fragile creature of nature. And this one doesn't have any bones. So let's put some bones in it. So the way I'm going to put the bones in, I'm going to look at it from the side view. Here, click it on the X, and then I am going to add my first bone. Single bone. Bam. Now this bone, I'm going to move it because this is going to be like my root bone that is going to control all the other bones. So let's just put it here and then go back to edit mode, and now just point this into where the first bone is going to occur, right there. Then I'll use the E to extrude. Let me put my screencast keys on for you. There you go. I'm going to use E to extrude a couple of bones on the back until I get to here. Then I'm going to go up to the neck and add a bone for the head. Also from the back, from this root bone here, I'm going to go up into the tail with E, just to make a tail. That'll be able to wiggle and stuff, alright? Now for the legs. So far these bones here, they're straight down the center. And the legs, when I make them, I'll just start from the back legs here with R, E, E, E to extrude, and E for the foot. And over here, I'll do the same thing, E, 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 and E. Alright. So these bones look like they're in the right place when I look from this view, but if I turn sideways, you'll see they're going straight down. So first let me select these here in the back leg. Hold down the shift and click to add that in my selection. And then I'm going to look at it straight from the back, and I'm just going to press G for moving and X to move in the X axis only. And I'll put this leg in there. And then also over here, let me pick these bones in the bottom. And G and only move in the X to put them in there. Right? Now you're going to say, what about the other side? The other side, I'm going to use symmetry to create the other side by selecting one side of the leg and then doing symmetry. But before I do that, I want to make sure I have this side all set up. So one of the first things I'm going to do, I created all these bones, but now I want to name them properly. So I could select the bone. I'm still in edit mode. I could select the bone, and here, clicking on the bone icon, I could set the name to each of the bones. So this is my root. This is my back 1, I'm going to call it. This is back 2. And back 3. And then over here, this is the neck, so I'm going to call it neck and head. Okay, now let me just have the name show up on the screen. So I'm going to click on this, the viewport display, and say names. There, we can see the names as they're changing. Alright, and go back to the bone. This here is the start of my tail. So we'll call it tail 1, tail 2, tail 3, and tail 4. And now for something a little bit more important, the legs. Alright, so back here, I'm going to call this leg 1, leg 2, leg 3, and then I'll just say that this is the foot. Alright, now do the same thing over here with arm 1, arm 2, arm 3, and I'll call this a paw. P-A-W, paw. Alright, so the thing that I do with symmetry, if I wanted to copy one side of legs onto the other, I'll show you how I do it right now, and then I'm going to delete it right after I do it. Because I want to first put the IK on some of these joints here. It'll be easier to move something with so many joints with some IK if I do animations. But right now, let me just show you on what I have to do to get this ready for symmetry operation. I'd select these bones right here, and then when I right click, see here's a Symmetrize where it would copy to the other side. But first I have to do a thing with the names, and I have to auto name all these leg bones here as if I have a left and right side. Okay, so I do that, and oh, why'd this come out? A right arm. This is a left arm. It didn't bend over. Alright, Control Z. So let me see what I got here. I moved this bone over, but this bone didn't. So let me fix that. Looking from the front. This bone here, picking that. Had the right bone picked? Yeah. Picking that. G on the X, and let me move that over like that. Yeah, I was going down the middle, so I didn't know. So what I'll do here is this going to still be an arm. I'm going to call this one a shoulder instead. Shoot. Shoulder. And then this will be arm 1, 2, 3. Arm 1, and arm 2. Alright, I just made a little mistake. I didn't move this shoulder bone over. It was in the middle, and then when I did the auto naming, it kind of messed up. So now let me do that again. Let me select the bones that are my legs. Okay, it's missing these. Let me just add those in there. Okay, and then I'll right click and I'll say for the names, auto left right, and good. So this is the left side. These are the left side. And now when I'm ready to do the copy, I didn't finish setting up these legs yet with the IK, but when I'm ready, I would just right click and say Symmetrize, and then I'd also have them on the right side, and you see they got all their names with the R. Okay. So anyway, this is I kind of created the bone structure, but before I do that, let me Control Z. I want to add some Inverse Kinematics to the legs. So here I'm going to select. I could turn off the names now that you guys have seen the names. So it's kind of like taking up some viewpoint. Also here in the viewport display, I could display the axes if I want of each of these bones. I could change the bone appearance from this octahedral to what else? Let's see. To a stick, to a B-bone, a box, to an envelope, to what else do we have? A wire. So you can change the appearance of the bones. If you ever see some of these videos and they look different, it's right here. You click on that little man icon in the viewport display and you can change the way the bones look. So I'm going to stick with these. That way you can tell which is the root and which is the tail of a bone. Alright, so I picked this bone here. I'm still in edit mode. And what I'm going to do for setting up IK is I'm going to extrude out a little controller for the foot here. Okay. And before I do that, Control Z, I want to get this in perfect angle mode here. Then I'll pull out a foot bone here. This one, I will clear the parent. Right click and parent clear. Clear parent. Don't forget to click that second option. And then I'll select the bone that it's going to control from. I'm going to leave out the paw. And I'll switch to pose mode. And then my shortcut key is Shift I. And I'll say that that's going to be to active bone. This is going to control this. Now there's a yellow line here because when I put IK in, automatically it's going to go all the way to the root bone. But I want to change that to only go up to the hip. Alright, so I'll pick this. Which one do I pick again? The bone, the constraint. I pick this bone constraints icon. And then there's a chain length. So 0 means it goes all the way to root. But if I start switching that number to 1, 2, 3, it only goes back 3 bones. Okay, so that's my leg controller here. Now if I were to pick this leg and press G and just move it up and down, you can see that it's controlling that bone to move. Okay, escape. Oh, now here's another thing. If I kind of move with G and put this in some position, right, and then I want to put it back, I could right click and say clear the user transforms, and it puts it back to the initial position that it was in. So there I added a bone for the back left leg. Let's add one for the front. So we go back to edit mode. I'm going to add an IK bone over here. We'll do a little E. This time I'll do this one facing the forward direction. Alright. These are just control bones that I'm going to use. Then I'm going to right click on it and unparent it. So I say clear, and don't forget to say clear parent. Okay. Then I'm going to select the bone it's going to control from and go to pose mode, Shift I, and to the active bone. And again, you see it goes all the way through all those bones over to there. But here we're at the bone constraint icon, and I'm going to change the length from 1, 2, 3 bones, just up to the shoulder. Okay. And let's try that one out. If I move it with G. Alright, and that's that foot right there. Okay, where else do we need one? Now that I have these bones here at the feet, if I move the root bone, you're going to notice that the feet will hold their position. And the root bone could do all these things here like this, and it could also, move this, but since those have IKs on them, they kind of try to stay in place. That's good. I'm going to put that one back to where it was. Let's put another bone on the tail. Well, basically, the main bones that we wanted to put on with the feet. Now, I just want to check something out here with the back leg. When I go up and down with the back leg, how do these bones bend? So I'll say G, and I'm going to go on up and down. And, okay, there you go. That's all right. So now that I have the IKs in there for the feet, I could add the IKs in for the head and tail after. But now that I have the feet in there, now I could do a copy where I pick a whole side. Let me go back to edit mode here. And then I could right-click and say Symmetrize and get the bones on the other side. So now I have both sides. Oopsie, why isn't it connected? This one, because I'm not in pose mode, sorry. Go back to pose mode, pick the other foot, and you can see that it has IK. I don't have to do it twice. And that's the cool thing about Symmetrize. And there, I just added the bones. So, ready for the next step will be put some animations on there. And there's some tricks with that too, where you don't have to do the work on both sides. Later.